Yo, this woman is a matchmaker, and even she's like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, so there are a decent number of profiles like this. Okay, 31, female, based in the US, event coordinator, average looking in my opinion, and wearing heavy makeup with false lashes in all of her photos, including the casual ones. Here are some excerpts of her profile. I would like someone who is physically my type, attractive, fit, full head of hair, 5'11 or above, at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Looks matter to me. He must be educated and have a stable job well into six figures. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and a high value man who understands the worth of a woman in a relationship. I won't tolerate anyone who does not know how to treat someone like a lady. I have high standards and I'm not interested in anyone who is trying to lower my standards. Now, this person is rejected because I don't think that the person that she wants will want her back. I mean, I've already seen profiles like this and she doesn't meet their requirements. But what's very interesting to me is this discourse about trying to lower my standards. I've actually seen that sentiment a bunch of times in my comment section, and I don't actually know what that means. I think it's a very weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean other people are trying to lower your standards? Nobody cares what your standards are, and nobody cares even more to try and lower them. This is a free market, so you can have all of the standards that you want, but people also have to choose you. Now, as a matchmaker, I can factually tell you that based on what you're looking for, those people who do meet your requirements, whether or not they would want you back or not. So at some point, especially for someone in my position, it's simply about reality. And what I would say to this person is hold on to your standards, hold on to them tight, and find yourself someone.
This woman is a dating coach, and she even rejects people based on standards like this. She goes to the profile, looks at the face, and then looks at the request, and this woman's standards are through the roof. You know what I'm saying? High value, obviously 5'11 over 6 feet into six figures. Yeah, she got a ton of makeup on, fake lashes, and then she sounds insufferable. I won't tolerate someone that won't know how to treat someone like a lady. And even the matchmaker's like, yeah, I'm gonna reject this person because the person they want, I don't think is gonna want them back. And that's just more work for me. These women be forgetting you can have all the standards in the world. She even told you, that's fine, hold on to those standards, but be realistic with you being okay with not being chose because no one's gonna meet those standards. You want standards that you don't even uphold to. And the fact that she gets rejected from a matchmaker who she has to pay is telling. These women be thinking any guy's just gonna want them, and yeah, any guy will want to smash you. You be forgetting the guy that you want, once someone meets all the criteria, he gotta like you back, and that's where you're not gonna get chosen, because the guy that you want, that dude that meets all that criteria, has his pick of the litter from a lot of women that are way better to deal with than your insufferable ass. So if you're hearing it from a professional matchmaker, there might not be hope for you, shorty.
1,000 singles coming to a singles event is crazy. Y'all gotta check this out.
Just sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, or even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes, literally African-American women. Like a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like assimilation, or is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low key, like nervous, like for us. Wish shit for myself, fuck y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. Don't. We know where they at. Bye.
Look here, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you women I told you so, but I will let Craig say it.
Told you. I told you. I told you. You ain't tell me.
Because this is what I keep talking about and other men are talking about. What did you think was supposed to happen? And the path that these women are on, it ain't gonna get any better. It's just not. And the sad part is there's probably some good women up in that room who has no chance of meeting a man because the men don't want to come to those events because of all the bad women. I just did a video talking about how women are out here asking where are the men, but men are not asking where are the women. How come women don't come to these single events? You never see that because it's not an issue for men. That is a woman problem. Now, when the lady said she was worried for us, I'm looking around like, who's choose us, because this is not something men are worried about. I know you women don't believe it, but men are just not pressed about this like y'all are. And I know there's a bunch of women out there who could care less about any of this, but there are a bunch of women, like those 1,000 women that was in that room. Well, my bad. She said it was 1,000 singles in that room. There was a couple of dudes in there. So let's say out of the 980 women in there, they care about it. And it sucks for them, because a lot of those women don't deserve to be in that situation. But this is the situation that they're going to be in. I know a lot of women think I hate women because a lot of stuff I talk about is negative towards women, but I really am trying to help you. When I come on here and show you the negative stuff and then talk about how to make it better, I'm not doing it because I hate you. I'm doing it because I want to see y'all do better. But y'all rather keep listening to those panderers who keep lying to you. And this is exactly why you're going to keep seeing events like that. And just to be clear, this isn't just a black thing. Men are not really attending these single events within any race. Men in general don't really want to be bothered with a lot of the women that are out there. And it's so crazy to me because a woman would come on here and make a video like this and talk about how there were no men. Where are the men? She's getting worried. But then these same women would turn around and say they are the prize. Well, there were a lot of unclaimed prizes in that room. That's all I'm saying. But none of that is going to matter. You still see them walking around saying men should work to get them. Men should fight to get them. If men are not even showing up to see you, what makes you think these men are going to want to go out there and fight for you? Wake up and step into 2026. Things are different. Again, I'm not telling y'all to go chase men, but y'all got to get off this pedestal and realize that y'all got to go out there and work just like the men have to work for us to make this thing happen. And even though you backed off the question at the end, you did ask the question. You said, where are the men? I think my boys from the woods said it best.
Back it. Hey, yeah. Back it. Hey, yeah.
But anyway, leave your thoughts in the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so sick of this. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very simple.
Okay, so I recently went to a singles event and it was 90% women. And I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes?
With 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes, and sizes. Where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind.
What? After all you put me through, you expect me to help you just like that? Just like that? Fine.
Fine? You're doing what he says.
He's very persuasive.
If you practice sin and you find Jesus, you get born anew, which means the old version of yourself is dead and the new version of yourself walks with Christ. That doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect, but it does mean that you are going to actively avoid everything you ever used to do because that is no longer the person that you are. Being saved isn't just bowing your head and praying. Okay, it is actively learning and growing. Go watch The Chosen. That is the best way that I can put it. The people that Jesus saved immediately became the entire opposite person. When they realized they just got touched by Jesus and have God a part of their life, they literally do a 360 flip. That is what having God inside of you does. Even the apostles that didn't know, like, they still got angry, they still had those sinful things. Jesus still led them and stopped them from doing what they were supposed to do because they listened to what Jesus had to say. They didn't just, oh, well, Jesus said it, but I'm going to do me. No, like, they still up, but then Jesus showed up and was like, hey, yo, this is how you should think about it. And then they thought about it the correct way and it was no longer an issue. The reason why sin is so abundant is because we have so many lukewarm Christians running around. We have so many people who want to care about religion and practicing rules instead of actually having a connection with God. Did you know that the Bible is a blueprint? And we are all actively on a journey, and this is the 100% truth. But you want to know something? When I realized I stopped being I stopped actively going out, going to clubs, going to bars, going to places that would allow me to be around. I stopped giving my time and attention to women that didn't show me characteristics that I want. And yeah, sometimes I'm going to falter. Sometimes I'm still going to have the devil put people in front of me that manipulate me and me over. But guess what? I learn from that. And now anybody who has those qualities, I'm going to put to higher tests. I'm going to see truly if they obey God. So the point is, yes, you're going to falter, but it's about your intent and what you plan on doing. If you gave up alcohol and you're like, God, please stop me from drinking alcohol. And you're like, please, Lord, forgive me for being a drunk. And then you go out to the bar the next day and get drunk and be around people who constantly convince you to drink. You are still willfully sinning because you're not being saved. You're not turning against who you used to be. The key is to follow the blueprint that Jesus set. You can do exactly what Jesus did. You have to just do exactly what Jesus did. And you can't because you're tied to your flesh, as we all are. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It means you don't want to put in the work.
These modern women won't understand that men aren't playing around until men show them physically that they're not playing around. And I just mean, not physically putting their hands on them, but I'm not showing up to these events. I'm not on my way there. I'm not thinking about coming. It's not even something that I've ever really even truly considered. Somebody might stop you on the street, or you might get a text message or something like that from somebody, but I'm not really even considering it. I might talk to my homeboy about it. Somebody in my circle might say, hey man, you're looking for a woman. They're having this singles event. Why don't you go? Oh, okay, man, that sounds cool. And I might sit there and, kind of listen to him and entertain him for maybe 5-10 minutes just out of being polite, but I'm not thinking about going. And that's what most men are doing now. I'm not even thinking about going. I'm not even trying to go. Not at all. And modern women are upset about that, but you really honestly and truly only have yourself to blame. Modern women act silly. They talk silly. Their energy, aura, whatever you want to call it, isn't something that men want to be around, and they act like they're confused as to why.
If you could be a man for a week, give me the top 3 things you would do.
Being a woman, we've been going through some things with the men, so I want to see what would it be like if I was to give them what we really want.
All right, well, they would drag you so bad. You will see what it's like. You will see what it's like. But you said you wanted this.
I want to give us what we really want, just to see what it'll be like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All of the things, the whole thing, the whole night.
Okay. So I do a whole lot of. I just want to see how it feels.
So
like,
wait.
That's good.
So because you would fuck, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So why do y'all us when we want to fuck a bunch of women? Why? If you were us, you do the same thing.
It's different. If you're single, you can whoever you want to. If you're single, and if you're in a relationship, that's different.
Okay, that's fair.
But it's hard to a whole bunch of women, right?
Really?
It's a lot of money. You got to pay.
A whole lot of movies.
You got to pay.
Watch a whole bunch of movies.
It seems easy. Maybe
you got to pay.
A movie is fake.
The girls say down here, they just want money for no. You get in the club. You know how it is. You just walking out with 10 whole. That shit costs.
All right, cool. So, okay, 2 more things.
Taking different girls on vacation.
Okay.
Just to see how
it
it
is.
is.
Wild boy.
I wish I could do that. So you take me on vacation, they be like,
I'm sending you home.
I hope y'all are embarrassed by what this man about to say.
Ladies, this one is for you. So we have thousands of you in our inbox and you're all looking for white men. Well, I'm going to tell you, don't date a white man just for status. A white man is not going to change your life. We are just the same as a black guy. A white man can be broke. A white guy can cheat. A white man can have a wife and pretend he is not married.
Hello?
So he can have another girlfriend. So we are exactly the same as the black race. So please do not come in my inbox saying you just want a white guy because you think your life will change just by dating this white guy. It won't.
It won't.
A lot of white guys are broke. A lot of white guys are cheaters. So this is what I've come on here to say today, to you ladies especially, because a lot of you are in our inbox. And your life will not change just by dating a white guy. Thank you. Take care.
The fact that this white man felt so comfortable to get online and make this video to tell y'all desperate Debbies to get out of white men's inbox, get out their comments, they not finna elevate your life, they not finna be no better than a black man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. If you feel like white men are better than black men, if you've ever said, I'm about to start dating outside of my race, you don't get to celebrate Black History Month no more. You're done, okay? What's today? The 10th? You're done. You're done. You ain't even get halfway through. Y'all should genuinely be ashamed. If you are going behind, chasing behind pink meat, You need to be ashamed. Okay? And you don't get to celebrate Black History Month no more because I said so. You're done.
I'm gonna show you how atiendo a mi esposo. I don't know how to say that in English. How atiendo, like how I serve my husband behind cameras. I'm making a churrasco, beans, rice. I just finished making his salad, and I'm gonna add some aguacate. So it's not all about figure, the figure 4 leg lock, or the choke one, or the UFC. Okay, now it's all about that, okay? So this is behind camera. So mamacitas, saudera mamacitas. Okay, you make sure when your husband get out of the house or go to work, you better make sure that stomach is full, mommy. And you already know what is the other one too, mamacita. You make sure your husband is really full when he get out from his house. Okay, mamacita. So and this is every single day I do. Every single day I do. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the carne because my husband don't like to pasar trabajo. If it get messed up, mamacita, it still get messed up. It's full. It's full, mama. Husband plate. Look at my husband plate. Look at that.
I saw a content creator who said male content challenges them, female content validates them. And I could not agree more. The male-centered content usually sounds like level up, get disciplined, fix your mindset, stop blaming everybody. Meanwhile, female-centered content usually sounds like you're perfect the way you are. You don't need to change. Everyone else is the problem. Heal, be soft. Because when it comes to women and the kind of content that we usually consume, it's just to make us feel good. It's only to validate us in our current state. It's not to push us. It's not to challenge us. But then when you have women like me that come around and make content that challenges other women to be better, do better, to make the necessary changes, to fix the mindset, now I'm public enemy 1. Because I'm not telling you you're perfect and you're don't stink. I'm telling you the real. And a lot of women don't like that. A lot of women don't like to be held accountable. A lot of women don't like to be told that they're wrong. And that's the problem. I'm not saying that women shouldn't be validated. What I'm saying is don't confuse comfort with empowerment. Validation feels good, but validation without accountability is how people stay stuck.
So if I get angry with my daughter and I have a temper, she will check me because I dealt with the situation in a way that shouldn't have been dealt with.
Wait, your daughter can check you?
She will say that. I teach her to say, like, if you feel like mommy was being real mean, raised my voice, had a temper.
It makes sense. The father isn't in the home, right?
No, not.
And this is why it's very detrimental to kids when they are being raised by single moms, because why does a child have authority over the mom? That's nonsensical. The child at a very young age should not have any authority over the parents, because those are the years where they need mental development, physical development. They don't need to be the parent in the home. They need a parent. In a 2-parent household, if the child isn't listening to the mother, the father steps into place and then corrects the child.
Right, yeah.
And then also corrects the child and say, hey, don't speak to your mother that way, or I'm going to whoop you. No more PlayStation. No going out with your friends. There's going to be some type of disciplinarian action that takes place. But basically, y'all swapped. You started playing the child's role, and the child started playing the parent's role. And that's what leads to the destruction of the youth. This is how children end up having a problem with authority, because in their younger ages, they are playing the authority role. So then they get pulled over by a cop. They're talking back to the cop, not listening. Now they're in handcuffs and they're in jail because they didn't comply and give the driver's license, because they felt like, well, I don't even listen to my mom. I got to correct my mom. What makes you think that I'm going to listen to you?
No,
You're not my mother.
You could tell this lady ain't think her divorce through.
If I would have known when I left my daughter's father that I would be spending 6 Thanksgivings without her, would I have changed my mind? I'm a co-parent. My daughter is 8 years old, going on 18, and I've been co-parenting with her dad and his significant other, her stepmom for the past 6 years now. And I'll sum it up quite quickly. Because of my choice to leave and be a single mom and take that route.
You can tell this woman ain't thinking about the divorce like all the way through her head. And it's crazy, when it comes to marriage, it's the biggest commitment you could possibly have. And she was in that. Her emotions ran wild, whatever they broke up for. And then obviously she's talking about spending holidays, which Thanksgiving. I mean, of course you're going to split them when you got a divorce, but what does she expect? And then she's tight. Yo, she is tight about her ex-husband because obviously he moved on and got a whole new shorty, 6 years in the making. And yo, she's still tight about it. Like, she's still salty, and you could tell she's salty and got no one in her life, because if she did, she wouldn't be talking about her ex. And this is what I mean, man. When it comes to divorce and marriage, you gotta stick it out. I understand and all that stuff. There's things to be said about when you should leave, but it doesn't sound like that here. She's just tight that it didn't work out, and she's even having second thoughts. If she knew it would be this bad, maybe she wouldn't have divorced. So this lady, Jenna, sucks to be you, shorty. Enjoy the Thanksgiving by yourself.
She was asking me, what is the greatest love story to guys? And women, you won't like this because no guy's getting cheated on or over, but the greatest love story for guys is Rocky. And I'll tell you why. It's a story about a guy that had a dream. He had nothing. He didn't have a lot of money, and he met a girl, Adrian. And the whole time he was training to achieve this dream, Adrian just left him the alone. And at the very end, he fights in the world championship to Apollo. He loses. He's at his lowest point. He's beat up. He didn't achieve his dream, and Adrian is still there for him. She even says, she goes, "I'm right here, Rocky. I'm right here." Oh, it's beautiful, you know? It was written by a guy. Can you imagine if Rocky was written by a woman? Jesus Christ, he'd never be champion, that's for sure. It would just be 2 hours of Adrian just nagging him, why you gotta go to the gym all the time? God, this dog's gross. Can you get a little teacup? Why do you hang out with Mickey so much? Why don't you just Mickey? You like Mickey so much. The ending would be pretty similar, though. Like at the end, again, Rocky would lose. He'd be at his lowest point, and then he'd call out. He'd go, "Adrian," and she'd go, "I'm right here, Rocky. I'm right here." And then he'd look, and then she would be over there with Apollo and go, "Oh, while you were working out, he was my true love, so I had to cheat on you. Sorry." And then all the women would be like, "Yes, queen, live your truth. Yes."
I mean, to me, she overdid the steak, but I'm still gonna eat it. As a matter of fact, that whole plate that she put out, I'm gonna eat all of that. I'm gonna devour all of that, and it's gonna be good. And I'm not gonna say a word. I'm gonna eat a well done steak today, and I'm gonna be happy about it. I think most men would, you know, with the way modern women act today, with the way they don't want to work, they don't want to put in the work to keep their man happy. As a matter of fact, I have to back up. Most modern women, we talk about they don't want to put in they don't want to continue to put in the work. Most modern women have never even started putting any type of work in. They haven't started laying the groundwork. They haven't started laying the foundation. Nothing. These modern women come into the relationship selfish. I'm not trying to do anything for this man. It's all about me. What have you done for me lately? Trash women.
Now, my girl has a lot of positive character traits, but the thing that allowed us to even speak in the first place is a sore point that I feel like a lot of girls really need to work on. So me and my girl followed each other on Instagram for almost a year prior to ever speaking. And from we started following each other, like I never really had intention of ever speaking to her or anything like that. It was a little bit situational in the way that we started talking. But for the year that I had her on Instagram, I would like passively pay attention to the things that she was posting. And she never really had a social media presence. Like she had a few pictures posted on her page, barely ever posted any stories. If she did, it was her in the gym after her workout. And I bring this up because I feel like this is a sore point for a lot of women. Whether you realize it or not, your social media presence is keeping you single. I've seen so many physically attractive women that their social media presence is just so off-putting. The provocative pictures that you post just scream, "Do not wife me." All those quotes and memes that you post on your story that you think are so funny, they're not funny. The "I'm a princess, I deserve everything" rhetoric is played out. It's been annoying. It just screams like you're not going to be a viable partner. You're the type of person that you're just going to be selfish and you want everything done for you and you're not prepared to reciprocate or do anything for your partner. You in the club shaking while all of your girls are smacking it, it's a no for me. The way a girl acts when she's single is the most accurate representation of who she is. There's so many girls that I have and see on Instagram that I don't know anything that's going on in their life, but I know when they're single and I know when they're in a relationship because they'll act like a complete and then all of a sudden their content just completely changes. Next thing you know, they're back to being. It's like, I know you got in a relationship, your man told you, yo, cut all that out, and then you guys broke up, and now you're doing all the same that you were doing before.
You live your life, you grow in shadow. You'll come apart.
Yeah, so there was a woman who actually did this. She used to be a feminist, and she decided to dress up as a man for like a couple months and go out and just live the experience of what it's like to be a man. She herself. She's dead. Her story was actually so big that it made it into the New York Times, and her name was Nora Vincent. She wrote this book called The Self-Made Man. It went global, and it really depicted like what men go through, and her herself was even shocked at how she was treated, how much she was dismissed, and that experiment fucked her up psychologically so bad that she actually took her own life at 53. I faced a lot of controversy over this because 3 years ago when I heard of the story, I was an ignorant and I said that I didn't feel bad for her because she used to be a man-hating feminist. Yeah, pretty disgusting, pretty grotesque, not my proudest moment, and I've taken it back every day ever since, and I still do. So instead of being an ignorant prick like myself, why don't you actually try to figure out like what men are going through, or actually don't, because it'll probably cost you your life. Realizing the actual that men go through every single day just because you think it's harder to be a woman, it's just not the vibe. Oh, you're actually ignorant, you're grotesque, and you're wrong for this. Rest in peace, Nora Vincent.
Do men really love peace, or just women who won't challenge them?
I think men want peace and women have to learn how to challenge.
Break that down. I don't understand.
I think that a lot of women challenge men in a way that is not effective or conducive to the result that they want. I think a lot of women struggle to regulate their own emotion, and because they're dysregulated, they're lashing out and reactive instead of responding. Whereas a woman that is just challenging, I think I challenge Brock all the time. And I'm not saying that it's the right way. I'm just saying this is a way that works for us. But the way that I challenge him is, may I share something with you? Or can I ask you a question? Or do you have time for a quick, whatever it could possibly be? And sometimes that comes with a challenge, and sometimes it comes with a goofy question, and sometimes it comes with love, and sometimes, it's all of the different things, but none of it comes with condescension. None of it comes with disrespect. None of it comes loud or in a crazy tone, or when I start doing it doesn't come with that. I feel like women get into their emotions and they forget who they're talking to. Which brings me to this point, and I saw this video and I was like, dang, that's so deep. Why is it that we will go to work and we will be the best person we could possibly be for strangers, but then we come home and we treat the person we love the most like crap? We don't talk to them all day. We don't have patience anymore. We don't have any energy for them. But when you were just at work, you were smiling so hard for Tom, hand high-fiving, hugging, laughing, smiling, but you get home and it's like, man, I just don't feel like today. We have to be mindful of who we are talking to. That person that's in the house with you is that person that you should value the most. And sometimes that's hard, by the way. That's just the reality of it. But that's the work. Relationships be teaching, man. Let me tell you.
Woke me up for what?
You need to leave. I need you gone. Like, you gotta go.
Can we revisit this after the holidays?
No. Today. We're not doing that after holidays and prolonging this whole process. No.
So you're gonna ruin the holidays for everyone, for the kids, for
the holidays
my family.
Wasn't on your mind when you did what you did. Hey, we're not doing this. This is cyclical. This is a cycle, what you know.
Okay, but what? Okay, so your birthday, I was planning something real big.
That's
and
fine.
now
That's my birthday. I don't need anything.
Can we
No, that's 7-8 months out. No.
So there is no reconciliation right now?
No. There's always a reconciliation. There's always a reclamation. There's always a recycle. We're not. No. You gotta go.
Are you really doing this right now?
Are you doing that right now on the camera?
I've been trying. I've done everything that you asked me to do.
You're being real studio right now. You gotta go.
Woke me up for what?
New trend. Ask men if they would rather be stuck with a bear or Diddy. And it looks like they now understand the question. They're getting dumber. They're getting dumber. You can tell that there's absolutely nothing behind these eyes. The entire precipice of the original question was, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a random man or a random bear? People were using this question to try to make some rhetorical statement about how men are scary. But if it's a random man, you're most likely to encounter a docile, non-aggressive, man more than you're likely to encounter a Jeffrey Dahmer or a Ted Bundy. That's if we're using crime statistics, or if you consider the fact that you walk past men every single day. In the original question, we don't know who the man is. You're telling us who the man is in this question. But even if we knew for sure that the man was Diddy, guess who I'm still gonna pick? I'm picking Diddy! Because either I'm gonna have to be extremely cautious with this man that I know is capable of dangerous things but can still help me in this survival scenario, or I'm gonna have to take him on, which I have a way better chance of doing against a man and not a bitch. If the entire point of the rhetorical statement is that you don't know what men are capable of and you'd rather bet on yourself rather than some other person, then you would have to apply that to women as well, because women are also unpredictable, which would literally defeat the point that you were trying to make before. I can't do this anymore, dog. I'm retiring. I'm retired.
You have lost your way, and I understand you were raised by single parent moms. That's why we get on the women for having all of these children, and they won't stop having these children without fathers. How do you guys think we learn how to become men? We don't crawl out of the vajayjay and just instantly know how to be something as complex as a man. We need our tutor, which is our fathers. That's who teaches us the do's and don'ts of the world, structure, and the discipline that we adhere to throughout our journey of life. But if you don't give us that, we will be messed up. And a lot of men are messed up. So I'm going to say this to the fellas. Women looked at our grandfathers and our uncles like superheroes, because when something wasn't working right, granddaddy walked outside. I don't care if he come back in an hour or two later. That thing is working now. All that money they got to work on that stuff. And the woman was able to sit back and they're like, that is my man. He did that.
Right.
If you guys aren't giving women anything to be in adoration of, if you guys aren't giving women anything to be able to brag about from you to her friends, you're in trouble. I'm not saying that gives her a reason to have an affair, but I'm telling you, women need to look up to their man. And if you're doing the same things that she can do, let me call the garage door repair people, babe. I mean, you didn't even try to go out there and see if you could fix.
I would even want a boyfriend.
Most people want to be in a relationship because, one, they're wanting companionship or possibly looking for someone to marry. But, as you can probably guess, that is not the reason why some women want a boyfriend.
I take out the garbage. It's a huge one to break down the boxes, to give me massages before bed every day, to compliment me every time I try on a new outfit or I'm thinking twice about what I'm wearing, to pay for dinners, nails, get my car washed, to fill up the gas in my car. I have never and will never take my car through the car wash. I don't even know how.
Sadly, the types of women that say these sorts of things, and they're not all that uncommon, are the same types that still say they want equal rights and want to be treated as equals, yet can't take their own car through the car wash.
And to feel the need in some ways, but
wow, instead of using a person for what you can get out of them, someone could find other options.
Also, to stop me from drinking as much. I feel like I could definitely stay in and just cuddle if I had someone. I wouldn't feel like I need to be on the streets that often. I'd be a little bit more mellow.
What an interesting way of admitting that someone has no self-control and no self-discipline.
Someone to work out with and hold each other accountable for health-wise, but that's about it. Nothing else comes to mind.
Gee, with prizes like that out there, I can't imagine why so many guys are choosing to remain single.
And I've got to say, that guy was, he was talking about, I watched my girl on Instagram for about a year straight. I mean, we followed each other. Y'all say that men are not paying attention. You guys don't understand. I think the caption was, man warns women that their future husbands are secretly judging their single behavior on social media. And what have we been saying? What have I been saying? The exact same thing. Men are watching y'all. Y'all don't think that they are, but men are looking at things. How else would a man know that you said don't talk to me, leave me alone, go away? A man, he already knew that you said that. That's why he come back and he put words right back in your mouth. Didn't you say for me to leave you alone? Didn't you say for me to get away from you? Didn't you say for me not to even come over and mess with you? Isn't that what you said? So that's what I'm doing. Oh, well, I didn't mean like this, da. Well, that's what you told me. And that's what I'm doing. Now you want to switch up. And that's what men are saying. You're going to come out here and you're going to think I haven't been paying attention to all your ratchet behavior online. You shaking your behind and doing all that stuff. I've already seen you doing that. I'm not impressed by that. Be careful out there.
You have been begging me to talk about this topic, and today is your lucky day. Let's call out some homophobic, shall we?
I am treading dangerous waters by saying this, but I think that a lot of you women's obsession with trying to find the smallest thing to call a man over is because y'all have a indirect kink for men.
I agree with this point on so many levels, I don't even know where to start. Let's start off with the ones that are attracted to the bad boy, YN, gangster, scammer, whatever. Those men are typically men that were raised by their mamas. So they have all of this feminine energy. Any man that is willing to shoot somebody over stepping on their J's, that's a feminine man. That is a man who is letting himself be led by his emotions in the same way that women do. So a lot of the girls are attracted to that. On the other end of that, I think they're attracted to these men secretly because a lot of these men in Hollywood are men. And these are the men that they love, idolize. I remember being a child and seeing the girls fan out over Trey Songz. And I was like, that's a man. And they were like, no, he's not. No, he's not. Yes, he is. August Alsina. I'll even say Chris Brown. And I don't care who want to fight me in the comments. These are men that y'all are lusting after. They've always been men. If the Diddy documentary told you nothing, these are men. Y'all like men. So although it's really trendy right now to be calling all these men sassy and gay and all that stuff, really, y'all like that. Y'all have always liked that. And I secretly think you also like women, but we don't even have to go there.
So here's a map of registered offenders in Los Angeles. All these individual little dots. I'm going to randomly click on one, and you get $1 million if you accurately guess the gender. You wouldn't take those chances in a hypothetical situation, so women aren't going to take those chances in real life. For women, it is all men until proven otherwise. While women can be on this list, and it's possible, it's not as probable. And that's the point here. If the small percentage of women who do it upset you, then why wouldn't the large percentage of men who do it upset you too? Because you're not an advocate against you're an advocate against women. That's exactly what makes you good guys so dangerous.
You really want to know why men are sick of hearing this message? It is because you said, quote, why wouldn't the large percentage of men upset you too? When men know, you know, we all know that it is not the majority of men. Even when you run the numbers, look, I did a quick Google search and you guys can check me on this, but I found that there are 750,000 offenders in the US. Let's say about 75% of them are male because apparently Google says 25% are female. For a grand total of 562,000, the total male population is 165 million. When you do the math, that is 0.34% of males. So I think it becomes pretty clear that this message is purely to demonize men and doesn't really have anything to do with keeping women safe.
So let me drop this jewel on you, right? For anybody that's going through a breakup right now. I'm going to explain to you why blocking a person is one of the strongest tools that you can implement when you are serious about getting over a person. See, what you have to understand, right, is when you block a person from your phone, what this does is this eliminates hope. This eliminates hope for them to call. This eliminates hope for them to text you. This eliminates the thought if they're thinking about you, because you know, even if they were, they can't contact you. So you will start looking forward for that line of communication. Blocking them from your social media. I'll tell you why this is imperative, right? Let me teach you the power of blocking people from your social media. The reason why you block them from your social media is because a lot of us, we fall victim, right? We run into them, argue, checking the stories. A lot of times when we're breaking up with somebody, all of the things that we're posting, we're doing it in order to get a reaction. We're hoping that they see us pretending to have the greatest time of our life. You also block them on social media, right? Because sometimes we can't help but stalk their page. You gotta block them on Cash App. You gotta block them on Zelle. You have to end all forms of communication, because if you don't, Everything that you do will revolve around getting a reaction from them when you really want to be done. And I'm talking done. You gotta block them. You have to deny their access. Click the link in the bio, book your one-on-one call today.
Men, I have a question for you. What do you bring to the table? Yeah.
Well, that's always a fun question. Although I'm not exactly sure why some women seem to view it as a gotcha moment.
You want to ask girls all the time, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Because I'm sure we all bring a lot more to the table than you do.
If by we, they mean women in general bring more to the table than men, then generally women shouldn't have a problem answering that question then, should they?
The amount of men I've dealt with this last year, I hate men.
I'm shocked to hear that. Really? They seem so open-minded.
I love arguing with men. I love it so much. It's my favorite pastime because they're all so stupid. The more men I have to deal with, I'm just like, oh my god, you're an idiot. You're a princess.
This'll be fun.
Like, you want to be interviewed. You want us to ask the questions. You don't want to do any work. You want us to travel to see. You want us to pay for things. Anything else, princess? Do you need one of my tampons out of my purse too? Like, oh my god, you're annoying.
Who else noticed? It happens quite often, but I don't think they actually picked up on what they were doing. See, a lot of individuals, especially those that don't like men, when they try to make men look bad, they attribute characteristics that are stereotypically applied to women to men to make them look unintelligent and weak. So what does that really say about their opinion about women?
I truly believe that a lot of relationships fail because men are selfish. Let me cook for a second. I truly believe that a lot of relationships fail because men are selfish and a lot of men refuse to grow. Let me cook for a second. I feel as though a lot of men, they lack balance in relationships and they want to pick and choose what positions that they're willing to play. I'll give you an example. If you ask a woman what it takes to keep a man, right? She'll say that she cooks, she cleans, she gives head on demand, she gives on the man, she rubs feet, she's his biggest supporter, she's patient, she's a great mother, she's great in her career. She also will stop at nothing to ensure that her man is happy. If you ask a man, what is your definition of being a good man or a good husband? He'll say that he protects and that he provides. That he protects and that he provides. I named 5 to 10 things that women are willing to do, and there's so much more, right? Because they're even willing to settle for lackluster if they love you enough. But if a man was not getting fulfilled, he'd even probably cheat. I think that a lot of relationships fail because men are selfish. Click the link in the bio. Get your tickets now to come see me live in Chicago, April 16th. St. Louis, Kansas City, Missouri, and Nashville, Tennessee.
After building a career on making men think that she cared about them just to reach 1 million followers, turn around and say, you men, I actually don't like you at all. This has now garnered 8 million man-hating women, because that's just all of her content. Well, she popped out with a man. She got engaged, and now she's shocked and dazed and confused as to why her giant following of man-hating women aren't with her fiance, why they're all on her now. I'm sorry, you built an entire following on women who are bitter, angry, and lonely, and then you're wondering why they're not clapping for you now that you're no longer bitter, angry, and lonely? Also, can we just call out the men who date man-haters like Drew Afalo for like what they actually are, which is just cucks. Like, you're the biggest cuck. You know that your woman despises your entire gender, and you think that you're good enough? You think you're different? This is like when girls date misogynists, and they're like, yeah, he hates women, but I'm special. You're not special. You're an idiot. Congratulations. Hating on men for your entire career has done one of 2 things. Actually, both things. Number 1, they've made the man-haters hate your husband, and they've made the women who don't even hate men hate your husband, because how desperate do you have to be with somebody like her? This relationship isn't gonna last. I don't think they're even gonna make it to marriage, and if they do, they will get divorced. This is my prediction right now.
I don't know if I've really had an intimate relationship with a man in my entire life. I dated men of means. So I started flying by PJ and staying in, wonderful hotels and incredible suites and traveling the world. And I've literally had a guy, it wasn't even a first date, it literally was a first hang, spend $100,000 on me. I've had somebody else present me with like $150,000 necklace.
And they ain't giving that away for free, dog. It's just a high price. A high price. This is the narrative of what is perpetuated, especially on social media. This right here is poisoning women. This is going to ruin their future, where they're all going to end up looking like this, dog. Old, lonely, no man, no kids, have to rely on their community of women and have to cope and lie to themselves, saying how happy they are when they ain't fucking happy at all. As a woman, no moment of true intimacy, that's rough.
It just rings so hollow, because then you'll see those same guys do that for other girls.
Boom, bruh, jackpot, dog.
It just men's with means that's nothing to them, So it's not intimacy. It's not even because they really like you. It's just very transactional.
And I think Truth Hurts, I think in his segment, he was talking about a lot of relationships fail because men are selfish. A man protects and provides, and that's the only two things that he talks about. Whereas a woman says, well, I'll give, intimacy on demand. I'll give top on demand. I'll cook and I'll clean, and I'll support you. So that was 5 things. And this is the problem that we continue to run into when we try to minimize what men do. All you really did, because like intimacy that's just one thing, right? That's just one thing that they're doing. So you can't even say 4 at that, like, okay, cook, clean, top, and then intimacy on demand. That's a part of intimacy. So now you've shrunken it down to what? Cook, clean, on demand, and I support you, right? The man, so now you have 4. The man protects and he provides. So now you're looking at 2, right? Because he's supporting you. Protection and provision is support. That goes without saying. I think we have to stop doing this stuff to where, once again, we minimize what a man is actually doing. Protection is support. What do you think the man is doing? You think he's just sitting outside like a guard all the time? There's things that modern women don't even see. They don't even see coming. A man is looking out from afar, and he's saying, hey, this is about to happen. This is about to happen. I wouldn't even go there because you might lose your life, or your friend might say something and get you stomped out and have you in the hospital. And a hospital bill is going to be the least of your worries. Protection and provision. That falls under that same umbrella. I just gave you great advice, great wisdom. It's up to you if you want to listen to it and still go out with that girl. I don't even have to cook and clean. You get home from work, your feet hurt, I can rub your feet, put you to bed, but then after that, your car is on E. Guess who they want to fill it up? The man. And it's not just once or twice that men have to do this. It's probably multiple times. Very frequently. This is a common problem that men have to. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Have you ever heard, just as a man is getting into bed, oh, can you go cut the light off? Or can you go get me a drink of water, a glass of water? I thought the light was already off. Yeah, but over on my side, my lamp is off and I already turned over. So you gotta jump over you and go get it. That's a man doing the little things for his woman. The little inconveniences, because modern women, what they like to do is they like to get uptight about things that really don't really even matter. The man goes and takes care of all of that. The woman is coming home stressed about, honestly and truly, little stuff. Don't you worry about it. Here, let me tell you what. You go get changed in your PJs. I'm going to have all of this ready for you. I'm going to have something made for you, and I'm going to go take care of it. Nobody asks. And this is why just saying protection and provision is misleading. Because nobody asks what's going to get done. How is it going to get done? When is it going to get done? They just know it's going to get done. How did you do it? I just made it happen. Where'd you go? What'd you do? Who'd you talk to? I just made it happen. What's your job? Just to protect and provide. That's it. under the protection of provision is a lot. It's a lot of stuff underneath that umbrella. I'm not even sure what I'm going to be doing, but whatever it is that she needs, I have to morph into that. However she feels like she needs to be protected and provided for, I have to morph into that. And underneath that umbrella, I might be going and learning a new skill. I might be going and linking up with somebody and making a new connection to get her the things that she wants. Come on, man. It's too easy. We got to stop that.